Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Poonam and with me today you are going to cover the exam pattern and some sample questions for CUCET MA English Entrance 2022 upcoming examinations. We will understand each and everything, what kind of pattern will be of paper A, what kind of pattern will be of paper B, and what kind of questions can be there. सबसे पहले तो इस एग्जाम को जानते हैं. दिस इज CUCET which is called Central University Common Entrance Test and it will now onwards be conducted for many central universities for the entrance test of various PG and UG courses. Date for PG exam has not yet been decided, but most probably it will be after the first fortnight of July. July 15 के बाद ही most probably exams हो सकते हैं. Let us know about the universities which are participating in this exam this year at least 2022. Universities in the national capital are divided over opting for the CUCET common entrance exam or the one that was already going on there. While JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, has announced that it will allow admissions to postgraduate and advanced diploma courses of proficiency programs through CUET, Delhi University and JMI have informed that they will not conduct the admission process through CUET this year. So JNU will participate, but Delhi University and Jamia are not participating in it for PG courses at present. This is going to be the pattern of exam. Part A and Part B will be there. Part A will test your English, GK and numerical ability. हम इन सब की sample questions करेंगे इसी वीडियो में. और Part B obviously MA English का exam दे रहे हैं तो domain proficiency में English literature will be checked. Let us see what kind of questions can be there in the exam of English. You may be asked to go for the right or wrong spelling in some of the given options here. We have to identify the correct spelling. Acceptable, necessary, collectible or definitely. इन चारों में से कौन सी spelling सही है? That you are to tell as an answer, and here the answer is option C, collectible. You may be asked the synonym or antonym of any given word. Here we are to tell the antonym, that means the opposite word of reverently, and the correct answer is option C, insincerely. You may be asked this kind of questions where there is some diagram, and look at this diagram. It has been given artists are being represented by rectangle, players being by circle and doctors by triangle. And the question says how many doctors are neither artists nor players. कितने डॉक्टर हैं जो कि ना ही आर्टिस्ट्स हैं ना ही प्लेयर्स हैं. So डॉक्टर की फिगर को देखिए. सबसे पहले आप डॉक्टर is being represented by triangle, और इस triangle में this 4 is being overlapped, this 3 is being overlapped, this 8 is being overlapped, and only this 17 is there which are only doctors, not overlapping with artists or players. So here 17 is the right answer. So this type of questions can be there and you are supposed to just analyze this figure and accordingly answer the respective questions. The questions related to ages are quite popular. Look at this question. 10 years ago, P was half of the Q's age, and if the ratio of the present age is 3:4, what will be the total of their percentage age? इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट आंसर है 35. You should be knowing to solve this kind of questions. You should know how to make the equations and how to reach to the right answers. Next important topic that you need to know for paper A is area. You should know at least the area of the very common figures like square, rectangle, triangle and circle at least. इन सब के एरिया से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस को जरूर प्रैक्टिस करिए. जनरली इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं या फिर डायरेक्टली काउंट करने के लिए आ सकते हैं. अगर हमने रेक्टेंगल की ब्रेड्थ को बढ़ाया या लेंथ को बढ़ाया तो एरिया में कितना change आएगा. This kind of questions can be there. Correct answer of this question is option A, 50% increase. The student should have the art or talent to solve a particular question using the options also. Every time it is not necessary that you will just keep on making the equations and then you will reach to the answer. You may at times just read the options, just analyze the options and you can reach to the right answer. Look at this question. Divide 2700, हमारे पास 2700 rupees है, into three such parts that 12 times the first is equal to 5 times the second and 6 times the third. So here you need to just look at the answer and just analyze which option is satisfying all these conditions given here. और वो बहुत ही आराम से हो जाएगी. Look at these options clearly and you will be able to reach to the right answer which will make rupees 2700 in such a way that 12 times the first is equal to 5 times the second and 6 times the third. Here the correct answer is option A. You can be asked this kind of GK questions. What does RAM stand for? The correct answer is random access memory. Option B. Please study the geography of India properly. Which is the longest river of the peninsular India? Correct answer here is Godavari. Godavari is the longest river in the peninsular India and also known as Dakshin Ganga, the South Ganges. This is the longest river of peninsular India. Make it a habit to read newspapers daily. That will help you to solve these kinds of GK questions. What is the name of the new model school proposed by the Union Education Ministry? This is the very recent event. And the correct answer is option B. PM Shri Schools. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has recently said that there will be established some government school in the process of establishing model schools that will be called PM Shri schools. This is also quite recent. What is the name of the campaign launched to ensure complete COVID-19 vaccination in June 2022? The correct answer is option A, Har Ghar Dastak campaign 2.0 to propel COVID-19 complete vaccination. The 2-month-long door-to-door campaign will run between June 1, which has already occurred, June 1 to July 31. This campaign will be there. As far as literature is covered, we are supposed to do these topics majorly. देखने में बहुत छोटे हैं, लेकिन टॉपिक्स को देखिए, उनके अंदर आपको बहुत सारी डिटेल्स कवर करनी पड़ेंगी. And literary terms few are mentioned here, but rest of the terms can also be there. Literary genres, every genre we are supposed to cover: autobiography, biography, diary, drama, essay, novel, poetry, prose, short story, etc. Types and subtypes. लिटरेरी जॉनरे की बहुत सारी टाइप सब टाइप्स होती हैं, जैसे कि अगर ड्रामा की ही बात करें तो 1 act drama, 5 act dramas, closet dramas, and if we talk about novels, so there are picaresque novels, buildings roman and romantic, historical, बहुत सारे सब टाइप्स होती हैं हर genre के. Comparative literature we are supposed to do literary trends and so many moments, basically aestheticism, modernism, postmodernism. और जो यहाँ पर मेंशन नहीं है वो मोमेंट्स भी आपके एग्जाम का पार्ट हो सकते हैं, बिकॉज वी आर सपोज टू डू major literary moments, which every moment is not covered here in the official syllabus provided by CUCET, but majorly these events are to be covered. And you should have elementary knowledge of all the famous authors and texts. Specifically, I'll suggest कि do cover Shakespeare thoroughly. Shakespeare के सभी plays को आप लोग बहुत ही डिटेल में कवर करिएगा, and major Indian writers as well, जैसे कि राजा राव, आर के नारायण and टोरू दत्त, निसीम इज़ेकियल, इस तरीके के सभी राइटर्स को बहुत ही अच्छे से कवर करी. And recent awards and all the titles that have been given to various literary scholars, that also you should know. Any type of question can be there from the literary part. For example, these type of questions, the term restoration, when we talk about literature, what does it signify? The correct answer here is option C. Restoration of monarchy in the Stuart period in England, and this happened in 1660. You should know the eras, dates, years of each and every major event that happened in the history of English literature. पोएट्रीज को आप बहुत अच्छे से कवर करिएगा. You may be given some famous lines of some famous poetries to identify, and you should have that knowledge. The curfew tolls the knell of parting days. In which poem does the above serve as the opening line? The correct answer is the very famous elegy by Thomas Gray, elegy written in Country Churchyard. Mulk Raj Anand, one of the trilogy with R.K. Narayan and Raja Rao. Here we are asked the question about Mulk Raj Anand. उनका first novel कौन सा था? Untouchable, and you may be asked the year also at times. So you should learn the year also 1935, and these are not the exact questions that can be there. It can be about any famous writer, any famous book. Dash was the first sonnet sequence in English. The correct answer is Philip Sidney's Astrophil and Stella. Year is 1591. You should know each and every year if you are asked the year of other famous sonnet sequence by Edmund Spenser, that is 1595. Next question, which of the following are companion poems or twin poems? The correct answer is the very famous L'Allegro in Penseroso by John Milton, very famous writer of his era who got blind at a very tender age of 44. John Milton, who has written Paradise Lost as well. So you should be knowing about these two twin poetries, L'Allegro and Penseroso. These are also called companion poems. Next, we can be given any two pairs, any two lists to match. Here we are given this list A and list B. Areopagitica by Milton is about the liberty of unlicensed printing, and Leviathan is about absolute sovereignty. Alexander's Feast by John Dryden is about power of music, and Way of the World is about fashion, courtship, and seduction. It is a novel of manners. So option B here is the right answer. Literature is really deep. You really need to understand too many aspects, so many things, 5,000 years of history of literature. Here we are supposed to tell something about George Orwell's Animal Farm, very famous allegorical novel. It was based upon the Russian Revolution. So George Orwell's Animal Farm is an allegory for Russian Revolution. Next question is about literary devices. Literary devices are extremely important. Be it any university, you are appearing for any competitive exam, literary devices will be there. And you should be knowing in great amount of detail basically. There is no limit actually ki how many literary devices can be there, but majorly 40 to 50 you should cover at least. You have seen how a man was made a slave, and you shall see how a slave was made a man. This is an example of chiasmus. Chiasmus is really a beautiful literary device and one of my favorite, in which the statement that is said in the previous sentence is reversed in the next sentence, and it is meaningful and very practical as well. This is called chiasmus. Literature is really a very beautiful but side by side very vast subject. 5,000 years history of literature is there in oral and written tradition. So many aspects are there to cover for competitive exams, and I'll suggest do not ever take it lightly. Do a grand and thorough preparation to go for this exam. And you may join the classes to cover all the topics in detail. Check the link in description to reach to us for admission purpose. Thanks a lot for watching and best of luck for your exams.